Hello YouTube, Mr. Big McClure here, back again to give you another FIFA 13 Ultimate Team video. Today I'm going to go on about a Barclays squad and what I have. As you can see, I have a pretty decent team. I'm trying to save up for the informed Arsenal centre back. I can't even pronounce his name. It's like Colossal. I can't pronounce it, but it's French. He goes for about 80k now. But as you can see, I've got Rafael Parecia de Silva for my right back. I do want Parker because Parker's fast, but Rafael he's got a better defense. David Lewis, I have him because his pace is not 78, it is faster. I think he's probably one of the fastest centre backs I've ever had, and his defence is a lot better as well. I got Kilo Toure. His heading is better. It's not 81. I'm sure it's about 85 or something like that. His pace is probably about 70. I wouldn't say 68 because he is quite fast when he wants to be. And then I've got Joey Higuaín for my left back, the Spanish Liverpool. He is good, but he tends to run up the pitch a bit, so he's always knackered. So, but I mean, he is handy. He's got a good passing. I wouldn't say his passing is 76. I'd say it's more along the lines of like 79, 80. But you can get someone faster. I mean, Ashley Cole. I mean, you've seen how. I mean, he is good. I mean, if I could afford him, I would get him. But unfortunately, I'm trying to save up for another centre back. In my centre mid, I have James Milner. I have him because of his passing. 84 is fantastic, and his shooting is higher than 77. I mean, he can shoot. I think he scored about 4 to 5 goals with me in 2 games that have been miles outside the box. All of them into the top corner of the net. For Milan, now he is. A lot of people, I've actually had people message me on FIFA being like, why'd you have Vermaelen in your centre mid? He's crap, right? Yes, he is slow, and he hasn't got that particularly good shooting. However, he is tall, he has a very good heading, so when the ball comes up the pitch, he is there to header it back to my strikers, and his defence is extremely good. I would say he is faster than 72, however. I've seen him outrun a few centre mids, but they've been like Belgium, or Germans, and I know the Spanish and Brazilians are just like insanely fast. I mean, even the Italians are fast. But I have seen Vermaelen outrun some centre mids, and his shooting, I would say, is probably about 71, 72 because he's scored a lot of goals with me. But I've got him because of his defending, because he's more of a CDM than a centre mid, and his heading, and he's just absolutely amazing. I also have Steven Gerrard. He's one of my newest people. I've never had him in any FIFA game because I always thought he's pretty useless. He's slow. Excuse me. He's slow and he's short. He hasn't got that good heading. However, after I got hacked, I thought, you know what, I'll give him a try. And I do not regret having Gerrard on my team. He may be slow, but he's got good dribbling. It's definitely not 77. I've dribbled around hundreds of people with Gerrard. His shooting is amazing. His passing is amazing, and he is strong. I mean, he's pushed off so many defenders in my games, and he's just left crosses in for Nazari, Ben, or Vermaelen. Alright, now I have Nazari in my centre forward. I did get a message from a guy who I face, one of my friends in America, and he asked what happened to Podolski. And Podolski is actually one of my subs now. However, Podolski is 87 pace, 87 shooting, but he has a really bad right foot. I think that's his weak foot now. It's probably always been his weak foot, but he's got a really strong left foot. So, I mean, you're looking at like a 50-50, and he always used to like just miss with his right foot. He has scored a few with his right foot, but if you get him with his left foot, it's a guaranteed corner or goal pretty much. I don't think any keeper, apart from Joe Hart, has ever caught one of Podolski's shots with me. Normally they just reflect off, or it's hit the post, and it's just, you just feel like, ah, you bastards. But Nasri is has a strong weak foot, and I mean, one of my friends said I should try him out, and he was right. He was absolutely amazing. He pelts it with his weak foot, and it just like straight into the net. It's absolutely amazing. In my striker, I have Cisse. Now Cisse isn't fast, and he hasn't got particularly good shooting. However, he has got great. He works really good with Bent, even though their chemistry is like even though it's a yellow line between them. I mean, I've had Cisse run down the pitch on the wing, cross it in, and Bent just came out of nowhere like a salmon and just headed it into the net. And it's likewise when Bent's got it and he's coming down the wing and he's crossed it in, and Cisse's just came out of nowhere just to pelt it into the net. They do work well together. However, Bent has a really bad weak foot, so you've got to get him on the left foot as well to make it a decent goal or shot. Right, and I also have a keeper who's the Man United keeper, De Gea. I can't pronounce his name properly. One of my friends said I should try him out. He is good. However, I would also advise getting Julio Cesar. Not a shiny, but with stats like that, it is extremely good. And he's, I got him. I was quite lucky when I got him, because people hadn't actually recognised what he was. So I mean, like, if you compare the stats, I mean, Degree's got better diving, better kicking, better reflexes. However, Julio Cesar has better handling, better speed, and better positioning. So they both sort of cancel each other out. I mean, they both are really good. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I keep him on. Right, and Podolski's my centre forward sub in case something happens to Nasri. So I have a decent. Excuse me, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a bit tired. So I've got a decent centre forward. I have Ramirez. The reason now I have him in my centre mid is in my sub, sorry, is because I don't know where to put him in my centre mid. So I decided, well, if they get too knackered or if one of them gets injured, I have Ramirez to come on, and he's fast and he's got good dribbling, and his passing's okay, but his shots are terrible. I mean, even on FIFA 12, he was like shooting from anywhere in the box, and they were just like going straight up over the net, and it was just ridiculous. So I put him. I've never actually played with them. I never put him on sub. I have had people be like, "Oh, well, you got Ramirez in, you sub, bring him on. He's amazing, better than Vermaelen or Milner." And it's just like, well, no, because in the last game he was absolutely terrible. I mean, he was part of my A squad, but I mean, he was terrible. So I've kept him in my subs and I haven't played with them. I mean, I'm smart with what I do. I mean, when they get to below 70, no, just like into the 70, 80 area, I put when everyone's like that, I put a squad fitness on, so everyone goes back up. Right, now these three, right, I ran out of money, so when I had FIFA points, I opened packs, and I was just saying, you know what, fuck it, I'll just shove them in my subs so I have a full team. And this guy, he was just a cheap buy. I needed someone to fill in the centre backs until I got David Lewis, so I played one game with him, and he was just, I wouldn't advise getting him, to be honest. He was absolutely terrible. Right, now, a few replacements you can have. One of my friends has a Barclays team, and he keeps on like asking me that I should get Balotelli, and he was terrible in the last game. And I mean, I never ever wanted to play with Balotelli ever as a centre back. However, now he's still roughly got the same stats, I believe. However, though, something has changed, and they have made him amazingly good. I mean, I've played against my friend, and Balotelli has just pounded shots in left, right, and centre. It is immense how much he has changed from the last game. I'll go show you. I wonder if I'll show you his team actually. Unique. Ah, he hasn't got it anymore. He's obviously sold it all. I'll tell you who's got a stupid, ridiculous team. Oh, he's changed it. Has he? I think it's this one. I mean, he has spent quite literally 1.2 million on Messi. I mean, this is one of my friends, I know him in real life and everything. Has literally spent an incredible amount on his team. I mean, he buys 6 or 7 different packs daily. And he must go through something like I think it's like 100 and something pound like a week on packs or some crap like that. But I mean, he is an immense. I don't think I've ever seen him. I don't think I've ever actually seen him lose a game. You hear about it, but I've never seen him lose with this team. So if you come against Mikey McBouncer, make sure you don't go up against the Baku Eats Peeps team, because that's this team. So just to watch out. Anyway, that is my team, and that is poor boys. Well, they're not poor now. I did get a question asked why you called poor boys, and it's when I started out. It was quite literally like Cisse Bent, and then it was like I think it was the Argentina player Ramirez, and then it was Milner, Vermaelen, and it was Parker, and it was Rafael, David Luiz, Kilo Toure, and Higuaín, and then Julio Cesar. So it was a pretty poor team. However, now I've got like Nazari. Well, actually, Nazari is probably the only expensive player I've got, and Ramirez, and Podolski. But I mean, eventually they were going to get up, so the poor boys paper becomes obsolete. Now, I also have my formation 3-4-1-2. I like that formation because it gives me the because obviously Vermaelen plays in a CDM. Although he's a centre mid, he does run up. However, when need be, he is always back. I've never seen him. Like, I see him up the pitch in the box and that, but then I also see him. He's a box-to-box player, unlike Milner or Gerrard, who sort of stay in the middle. And run up the wings and that. But Vermaelen, he's back in defence. He's up to strike, back in defence. He's not really in the middle anymore unless it's a goal kick. David Luiz, I think he's changed a bit because I mean he's scored goals with me, like foot goals. Like I passed it to him and he's took a shot and scored. Kilo Toure stays at the back, but the right wing and the left back and the right back, they, as everyone knows, they tend to run up for like crosses and to cross it in and that. But they're really handy. And if you want a tip on defending, the best way to do it is hold RB, so one of your AI players runs towards them, and mark someone who you think he's going to pass it to. Then that way, the only problem is you have to watch out, because if the AI tackles and misses, it'll switch you to that player. Unless I think you've got auto switching off, then I don't think it will do it. But you just have to watch out for stuff like that. A lot of people hold A, and it works, it tremendously works, and it's annoying, and it's not really defending, you're just holding A. And your guy runs up to them and he stops and he just stares at them and just walks with them. That is annoying. I mean, it's not really defending, and a lot of people think it should be taken out of the game. But I think that's more sort of a newbie technique that a lot of high-ranking players use. A quick thing about the divisions as well. I'm now in Division 1. I'm doing terrible in Division 1. I did. When I was in the Division 1 last time, because I won the title, I lost 2 games and didn't draw any, and I won the rest, and I got my title. And if you win the title in Division 1, you get 8,000 plus a gold pack. However, as you can see, I'm doing terrible. I mean, I tied my last game. I lost 4-1 to someone else. I beat someone 5-2 though, so at least it's something decent. But I've never been relegated ever. I've came close. I was last game and I needed a win. and in the 90th minute I brung it back to 3-2. And it was 2-1, and then I equalised in like literally as it hit the 90th minute, and then I had 3 minutes left, and Cisse and Bent were just stars. I literally Bent ran up as the defence came forward. Literally as he hit the lines, I lobbed it over. They had to stop and turn, but Bent just kept running forward. Cisse ran up with him. Bent literally hit the box, he brought his keeper out, he chipped it over, but not as like a shot chip, it was just a lob chip, and Cisse just runs in, and it was just like one of the moments where like, no matter what you did, if you clicked B or left it, it was going in the net, because when it landed, Cisse literally just tapped it forward for a touch, and that was it. I did click B, and when he tapped it forward, he cracked it straight into the net once it was over the line. But no, that's my team, and a few tips on like defending, and a few not a few hints, I'm trying to think of the word, a few things about the players, such as Vermaelen being more defensive. So it's not all about speed and passing. Defense does come into centre mids, because obviously, if you didn't know this before, if they've got a high defensive stat, and they hit the ball, sometimes it won't roll off. Like, it won't ping miles away, it will just like literally roll past the defender, and your guy will get it. Now, before you ask, yes, Gerrard is a centre attacking mid, and I haven't changed him because the card from centre attacking to centre mid is like 9k, and I have 47, but I'm saving up for my what do you call it? Informed Colossal or Colossini. No, not Colossini, that's the Argentina defender. But he is good. The Argentine defender is good. I had him on FIFA 12, and I replaced him for Company, and he was a star. Literally a star. He wasn't fast, but his defence was good. No one got around him. But yeah, the card for centre attacking mid to centre mid is like 9,000, 10,000, so I've just not bothered. And I still get 100% chemistry, so... Anyway, farewell! Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. If you have any questions, PM me or message me on Gamertag Lord McClaw. And yeah, see you soon. Mr. Big McClaw signing out. Hello YouTube, Mr. Big McClaw here, back again to give you another FIFA 13 Ultimate Team video. Today I'm going to go on about a Barclays squad and what I have. As you can see, I have a pretty decent team. I'm trying to save up for the informed Arsenal centre back. I can't even pronounce his name. It's like Colossal. I can't pronounce it, but it's French. He goes for about 80k now. But as you can see, I've got Rafael Parecia de Silva for my right back. I do